The planted chrysanthemums have grown this tall now. It's time to add more soil. This pot of autumn chrysanthemums is a tall-growing variety. Unlike summer chrysanthemums, which stay short without pinching, autumn chrysanthemums can grow quite tall. I also chose a relatively deep pot for propagation. The newly added soil contains nutrients, which help the seedlings grow and develop further. First, it provides more space and a better soil environment for new root growth. Second, increasing the soil depth helps regulate the growth state of the seedlings. Third, it stabilizes the plant, making the roots more secure and preventing the plant from toppling over. This also serves as a way to keep it compact. After adding soil, there's no need to fertilize. Once it grows taller, we'll need to do some pinching. Now it has grown even taller. Here is the last pinching point. Each branch has sprouted multiple new shoots. Originally, each stem would only produce a single flower or a small cluster. But after pinching, the flower count increases several times. The plant also won't grow into a single tall, thin stem after a few rounds of pinching. It forms a bushier structure. Now, let's apply some insecticide to prevent pests. My gardening principle is simple and straightforward. For all common pests, a single bottle of insecticide is enough. This variety grows too fast. It will likely need around 4 rounds of pinching before blooming. Different chrysanthemum varieties require different pinching frequencies. Slower growing varieties usually need about 2 to 3 rounds. Summer chrysanthemums don't need pinching at all. After growing chrysanthemums for years, I still find summer chrysanthemums the easiest to care for. They are less prone to pests, require no pinching, and most importantly, they bloom twice a year, with each flowering period lasting longer than other varieties. Summer chrysanthemums also suffer from fewer diseases and pests, making them much easier to maintain. If you propagate them through cuttings in autumn, they will bloom the earliest. Summer chrysanthemums should be planted early rather than late. In winter, it's best to plant them before June. If planted later in high temperatures, they may produce fewer flowers or even fail to bloom that year. They can also be planted in autumn, but they should be placed in partial sun. Last year, I planted one in full sun, which caused it to bloom as small white flowers. Before winter, I moved it to a spot that only gets direct sunlight in the morning. For pink-colored varieties, it's best to keep them in partial sun, since their first bloom occurs in summer. The high temperatures can cause color changes. However, their autumn bloom will be much better. That said, don't place them in too much shade. Insufficient sunlight can lead to leggy growth, which affects flowering. One more tip: summer chrysanthemums are very drought resistant. During the growing season, it's best to water as little as possible. Wait until the leaves start to wilt slightly before watering. This helps prevent excessive stem growth, keeps the plant compact, and increases flower production. Have you learned all these tips?